My son is 22 years old, and he recently confessed to me that he's dating 2 girls at the same time. One of the girls is from his college, and the other is an old high school friend. Neither of them know about the other, and he seems to have no problem with what he is doing. I told him I disapprove of this, and that he should really only date the girl that he truly wants to be with. However, he got a little upset with me and replied that I do not understand the dating game, that's in quotes, of today's generation. I know it's really not my business because he is an adult, but his father and I certainly did not raise him to be like this. How should I show him what he's doing will never work in the long run, and someone is bound to get hurt? I do feel bad for these girls. Any advice? Thank you. And that was, of course, signed by Anonymous for obvious reasons.
For obvious reasons, of course,
Yeah.
of course. Well, let's just refer to Anonymous as Mom.
Sure.
So, Mom, this is what we're going to end up having to do. We're going to have to let him actually just experience it himself. There's not much that at this stage you're going to be able to offer him that he doesn't already know. Likely he's just on this path that requires him to live it, experience it, and he's kind of right in a way. The dating game today is a little bit different than probably when you were dating in your 20s. The last 25, 30 years are completely different. We have a lot more options, a lot more opportunities, and like I said, big thing is he's just going to have to experience this stuff himself. I'm sure that you and your husband have set for him a really good example of how to be in a happy, healthy relationship, a marriage, but dating is completely different. And I know it's hard. I know it's hard to watch your kids go through those learning experiences on their own, but it is something that he's going to have to do by himself. And I don't want to say like this about the girls, but for all we know, they are also dating other people too. We can't say that they're not. And yeah, we don't want them to get hurt, but dating isn't a safeguard to relationships or anything like that. Like, people get hurt all the time, and we all have to learn our lessons. And I think that, him being 22 is what we said.
Yep.
I mean, he's very young. He has some big time relationship and dating and maturity lessons to undergo. But, by no means is he likely the finished product. He's probably got another 7 to 8 years before he's really mature and is able to offer himself to be a really good partner down the road. So right now, I say kind of like let him set himself up for a little bit of failure, a little bit of heartbreak, and what you reap is what you sow. So likely at some point he's going to be with his fist up in the air, like, why is this stuff happening to me? Well, maybe because of what you did in your past. That's kind of how it's going to have to go. But yeah, he's going to have to learn the lessons himself. Some people are going to get a little hurt, and that's kind of how modern dating in the early 20s really is. Hate to say it, but Mom, it's tough to watch. I get it.
And it must be tough might be one of the first experiences. We don't know anything other than the email that was sent. But one of the first experiences where she wants to help, she doesn't know how to help at this point, right?
Yeah. Watching your son, or even if you're watching your friend kind of do some stuff, like, all you can do is say your piece. Mm-hmm. He heard you, and he's going to adjust accordingly. If he doesn't think that the advice that you gave him is relevant, then, let life teach him the lesson. That's all you can do at this point. Again, I'm sure you and your husband have given him a really good example of what a happy, healthy relationship is, and how he goes about finding that and defining his own definition of that is really just up to him. So I just say give him a little bit of space to learn the lessons that life has to give to him.
And should probably avoid saying, "I told you so," when it's all said and done.
Yeah, if you can keep that from happening, yeah, for sure. But still, just give him a little bit of space to learn the lessons. And trust me, those lessons will be taught.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Brock, and thank you to Mom out there who wrote in. We appreciate your participation. And if you out there listening have a comment or another question that you would like Brock to tackle, send me an email and we'll read it on the air here. That's Gino, Gino, at WDODradio.com. We also post up on Facebook and Instagram, and you can listen and chime in there as well. For more information on Brock and to reach out to him, brockolson.com. Brock has a podcast. Speaking of which, he was actually on our podcast, Hey, What's Up, Hello, and we talked about all kinds of different things, and that's posted up on our website, hits96.com, and wherever you get your podcast, just search Hey, What's Up, Hello. Brock, thank you. We'll talk to you next time.
Sounds good, Gino. Thank you.